Love your yard with a new outdoor space from F&B Landscaping. From a new build to a new project in an existing yard, we listen and give you the yard you want within your budget. Lawns, water features, xeriscaping. We've got the artistic touch and technical know-how to bring the peak of Colorado outdoor living to your home. Reliable, trustworthy. Visit fblandscapes.com to schedule a free consultation today. All right, my friends, it is time to talk about the extended forecast, and I am going to begin with the back part of the weekend because it is going to be much different around here on Sunday behind the cold front that moves in Saturday afternoon. So you'll notice wind around on Saturday afternoon, and then on Sunday, a much cooler day and some thunderstorms developing, and some of those are going to be strong. So we start off here in the afternoon on Sunday, when storms will develop over the mountains and roll off to the south and to the east for the back part of the day. I think you should plan on storms around. There should be a pretty good coverage of them, and they could be strong. As we head into Monday, it's kind of an interesting day. The pattern to me says that there will be some low clouds and maybe a gray start to the day. Computer models are starting to back off on that. I'm going to still mention it as a possibility because I think they may come back around. We'll see. But on Monday, as we start to transition here a little bit on what'll still be a cool day, in fact, probably the coolest day of the work week, we'll get some thunderstorms to develop over and near the mountains in the afternoon. Those could be strong. I just don't think they'll make it too far east for the late part of the day. And then as we head into Tuesday, it should be quieter. And the pattern for next week keeps us in some northwest flow. And this time of year, I keep my alert when that happens because in northwest flow, it's kind of a classic hail pattern in Colorado. But after Monday, it looks like we blow the low-level moisture off to the southeast enough that we're not concerned about storms. In fact, as we hit Wednesday, we should get our hottest day of the week. But you see that red up across the northern plains there? Well, that will drive a cold front into the area after what should be a pretty toasty day on Wednesday. I think we'll get a front to come in with this system, and then that will drop our temperatures a little bit, and that probably opens the door for some thunderstorm chances to start to come back into the area if the low-level moisture is significant enough. And this far away, I just don't know the answer to that, to be honest with you. So here's your extended forecast. We see the big temperature drop between Saturday and Sunday. On Monday, we're still cool, certainly the coolest day of the work week because we'll be back into the mid-90s in Colorado Springs by Wednesday. Watch for best chance of a storm on Monday on the west side of town. We'll keep an eye on that here, those specific chances, and see if we have to keep things up kind of on the west side of Pikes Peak. We'll work on that over the next couple days. But then you see the numbers pull back. Behind that 94 on Wednesday, we'll drop about 10 or so and stay in the 80s as we head into next weekend. Eventually, I think we'll have to put an isolated storm chance back in there. I'm just not sure which day yet, so we'll keep working on that. Pueblo, look at this yo-yo. 93 on Saturday, and then much cooler on Sunday. 102 by Wednesday before we pull back to around or a little bit above 90 here through next weekend. And so there's some big swings on the way, no doubt about that. Could see an isolated gusty type storm over the mountains Saturday late, in particular south of Highway 50. Can't rule it out on the side of Pikes Peak though as we head toward the evening. But Sunday into Monday, much better chances of showers and thunderstorms, and I think those will be strong. Sunday's kind of a hail day. We'll keep an eye out on that as we move toward the middle part of next week. We heat up, and then the chance of some of that instability that's built in over the mountains every day, bringing us some thunderstorms. The coverage of them is really going to depend though on the low-level moisture, and we'll kind of keep an eye on that. And like I said, it's too far away for me to be overly specific, so it's something that we'll watch. In the Peaks to Plains weather backyard on this Friday, you hear the fountain there in the background. I just love it. My backyard is made possible by F&B Landscaping and Hydrix Colorado Tree Farm Nursery. If you have a new build, F&B can get you all set up. But they're have a sweet spot because lots of landscape companies don't love getting into the backyards that are old and sprucing them up and doing it. It's a lot of work, but F&B loves doing that. My home was built in the late 70s, and so they got in here, spruced it up, and the plants are from Hydrix Colorado Tree Farm Nursery. And what's great about Hydrix, they have lots of local know-how that you can't get in other places, and they're committed to service That's really unique in today's day and age. So that's our extended forecast here as we head toward the weekend. Keep Peaks to Plains weather handy because we do have some active weather on the way. If you haven't downloaded the Peaks to Plains weather app yet, you should. Keep your location turned on because for most of us, by Sunday, could be talking some severe storms.